Owning horses has always been a big part of my life, but it is still a thing that I've continued to do today. Grooming horses is part of the essential care that horses require. Um, just to overall get a general idea of their health and look over them, it gives you the time between you and the horse to really understand if there's anything going on. Um, so, the definition, according to the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, is hygienic care given to horses to enhance physical appearance, whether this be for personal use or for showing purpose. A lot of the time it's for showing purposes, just to make sure your horse looks the best they possibly can in order to be judged by others and shown off to others. Um, but again, um, this is something I have been doing for a really long time. So I have some older ribbons to show you today, just from my showing history. Um, right here, I have a first and a second place ribbon. These are just a general example of ribbons you can win. Personally, we go down in the Punta Gorda area and show there. But these are just two ribbons that I have. I've held on to over the years. I also have some really older versions of ones. Um, Stuff from like 2010 I actually still have. But yeah, that's just an example of something I still have from my showing days. Um, so just a fun fact, this is coming from equinehelper.com. Um, Horses have almost 360-degree vision. So they can see almost completely behind them, but not completely. So it's important that you're very cautious around the area of the horse because it's not something they can physically see right in front of them. If you're going around the area, there's typically a way you can let them know that you're going around them. Sometimes we touch them right here and just, you can probably pull their tail going by. Ours personally have been trained just for us to go right behind them and, give them a quick signal of, hey, we're going behind you, don't kick. Unfortunately, a lot of deaths have been caused from horse kicks and horse-related accidents, um, just from people being careless. So that's something we've always learned growing up, never to walk behind a horse, or if you are, to let them know. But definitely not first timers. That's not something you should do. Um, so grooming, the purpose of grooming is really just to get that time between you and the horse. To really take that time to physically look over them, pick up their feet, make sure there's nothing in them, groom them, make sure there's no physical cuts, lacerations, make sure they're breathing correctly, everything that you would basically do to make sure they're fine. Sometimes they get into things they shouldn't. Sometimes they have things happen to them that we don't expect. So it's just real important that you take that time, every so often to take, look over your horse and make sure everything's good. Um, so I'm going to show you my materials. Here I have a curry comb. This is my first thing listed on my outline. This is a handle that your fingers slip through the back of. This part here just has little teeth around it. It's not very sharp. It's not sharp at all, actually. But it goes in circular motions just anywhere on the horse you're looking to break up dirt, grime, anything that may be stuck to the horse. Sometimes they roll pretty often to get away from bugs and that kind of thing, sometimes after they get wet. These stiff brushes I have. This one here is a stiff brush. It's just got harder bristles on it. Meant to be held like this, and you just brush the horse down anywhere you've curry combed. That will break away, take off the extra dirt here and debris. This here is a soft brush, basically the same exact thing, just softer bristles. This just kind of gives like an overall shine, last minute polishes to the horse, so this is a very good tool to use as well. Here, I also have a hairbrush. This is actually a retired one of mine, just something I don't use anymore. A few years ago, I ended up bringing it here and we use it now. Basically to get any detangles out of the mane, the tail, just anything, sometimes they get tangled just like our hair. So just to overall enhance the appearance. This here is a hoof pick. This little metal part here actually picks out the sides of the hoof and anywhere along there that may hold rocks, dirt, debris. And this brush part here is just a stiffer brush that brushes through the rest of that you've now broken up. So now I'm going to show you how we use my curry comb. I'm going to start with first. This is always the meat and potatoes of the grooming. This breaks away any dirt or unwanted grime. So here, this is my horse Star. She's 30 years old. I've had her for many years. So now we start going in circular motions anywhere along the horse. That's going to break up some of that dirt and grime. It is shedding season, by the way, so I'm getting horsehair all over my computer. But very good for their hair, very good to help get rid of some of that nasty coat they're shedding. Um, Now I'm going to use my hard brush. This is the one with the stiff bristles, just to brush away some of that hair that I've broken up. Again, you can use this anywhere, underneath, on the legs. She's a great example for this, by the way. She's done this for many years, so always use her for the little kids. All right. Then in comes the soft brush. This is the one with the softer bristles, but serves the same purpose, essentially just to brush hair off the horse. This one you can use in more delicate areas, legs, the face, places that may not require as much brushing, but you still can. All right. And then I typically go straight to the tail. Sometimes people have different routines. But again, you wouldn't do it. You don't start at the top with your hair. So you would do the same with theirs. You start down at the bottom. Hers is actually pretty naughty. But you work your way up just like you would any other set of hair. Yep, and you can do the same up here on her mane. Just a detangle up here. Now I'm going to show you the hoof pick. For this, we pick up their foot and you clean it out around the frog area. The frog is this little triangle on the top part of their foot. And you clean out around it. Make sure there's no rocks, debris, anything that may look unusual or needs, sometimes you need to call the farrier if there's anything going on. And that takes care of that. Essentially, you would do this to both sides of the horse. But yeah, that pretty much covers it. I will say the purpose of this speech was to inform others of grooming horses. It may not be relevant to you, but it's been relevant to me. Maybe someday it'll inform someone and teach them something. So thank you.